Introduction. The great historian Rawlinson says, "For the last 3,000 years, the world has been mainly indebted for its advancement to the Semitic and Indo-European races, but it was otherwise in the first ages. Egypt and Babylon, Mizraim and Nimrod, both descendants of Ham, led the way, and acted as the pioneers of mankind in various untrodden fields of art, literature, and science. Alphabetic writing, astronomy, history, chronology, architecture, plastic art, sculpture, navigation, agriculture, textile industry, seem all to have had their origin in one or other of these two countries." Five Great Monarchies, Volume 1, page 75. An able writer in the Princeton Review, July 1878, gives this testimony: "The Ethiopian race, from whom the modern Negro or African stock are undoubtedly descended, can claim as early a history as any living people on the face of the earth. History, as well as the monumental discoveries, gives them a place in ancient history as far back as Egypt herself, if not further. Other authorities could be cited to show that the Negro's ancient history led the way and acted as the pioneers of mankind in the various untrodden fields of civilization. But we have fixed a reasonable limit for these words of introduction. We find no difference of opinion among scholars as to the leadership and civilization of the ancient Ethiopians and Egyptians, but it is not unanimously conceded that they were Negroes of the Negro type, that they were ethnologically of the same stock from which the modern aborigines of the Nile, the Sudan, the Niger, and the Congo have descended. There are many Afro-Americans even who do not believe that the ancient inhabitants of the Nilotic and Nigretian regions of Africa were the direct ancestors of the slaves who for centuries were exported from the west coast of Africa. Millions of Caucasians throughout the world hold the same opinion, and loudly proclaim and vigorously defend it in private conversation, in public speech, and in published writing. But it seems to me that these people read history, philology, and ethnology with their prejudices. It is indisputable that some of the descendants of Noah were known as black people, even in the earliest ages. Biblical scholars tell us that the etymological signification of the word Ham is swarthy, and that Ethiopian, the name applied to the descendants of the swarthy Ham by the Greeks, means black or burnt. So much for the color of the ancient ancestry of the modern Negro. This opinion has been ably argued by Dr. Delaney, Origin of Races and Color. The hair of the African Negro is different from that of the other races. It is usually described as woolly. He has inherited his hair. It has descended to him from the ancient people whom Herodotus, the father of history, saw and described 3,000 years ago as a people with hair more curly than that of any other people. They are black in complexion and woolly-haired. The hair and the color distinguish the different species of mankind. Now, in hair and color, the ancient inhabitants of the Nile and the Niger, who gave civilization to both Greece and Rome, were exact types of the modern Ethiopian. The ancients differ only in this, that they represented a great civilization. Their descendants, though not universally, yet largely, represent today barbarism and heathenism.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.